All right, good evening, excuse me, good morning, everybody. Good morning, how's everyone today? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, my friends, and welcome to Sunday. La 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 la. How's everyone doing today? I hope you've all been having a good weekend, and I hope you're all ready for a fun day of streaming here today. Jasper's closing the door. Jasper, you're closing the door on the office. You're gonna lock us in. What are you doing? Today's day 3 of Jasper being here during the daytime streams. And every day a little bit different experience. Today he's being very playful. He is playing with a twisty and doing all kinds of silly stuff. Here you go, buddy. Hold on. Look out. The twisty's over there. It's over there. He's being very silly. I actually enjoy having him in here in the mornings. It's kind of nice to have him in here and play with him and, you know, have that interaction with him, because previously he'd be with my wife all morning. And I didn't get that. There's like a little extra time I get to spend with Jasper in the mornings now. This is kind of nice. Although, admittedly, he's still, you know, being a little mischievous, trying to chew my headphone wire. But if I bring that twisty in here, it seems to occupy him enough that he won't go after the headphone wire, which is good. So I hope you guys are in a good mood. I hope that you're all having a good weekend. I welcome you to the first of 2 gameplay streams for today. Today is Sunday, the 7th of March, 2021. First of all, it's been a great streaming week so far. Keep in mind, this is an extended streaming week, meaning I'm actually streaming 6 straight days this week. Actually, I take that back. I'm streaming 7 straight days this week. Holy crap. Yeah, I've already streamed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And now I'm streaming Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for an actual straight week of streaming this week for a change, right? Why is that? It's because my wife's work schedule has flipped. She now works mornings. And working mornings, she has different job responsibilities and a different schedule entirely. Meaning, previously, she always had Tuesdays off. So that ended up being our day off to go out and do stuff together. But now it looks like that's going to be changing. It looks like, you know, every week may be different. I don't know yet. We don't know yet. It hasn't been solidified. She hasn't been given a solid, unchanging schedule. And we don't know if it's going to be one or not, or if every week it's going to fluctuate. Okay? So for this first week, she's got Wednesday off as her first day off. So that's the day that we're taking off together. Okay? So that means I'm here every day till Wednesday. Jasper. Haha. Jasper just tried to. He got me with his wet nose and he tried to get me to bite my hand. He's just playing. He's not trying to really bite. He's just playing. He's trying to paw me and, you know, being silly. A silly, playful kitty this morning. He's very cute. Look at him. Arr. Grabbing my hand. He's trying to see if he can give it a nip. How dare you? Who do you think you are, Buster? Who do you think you are? Here, have a twisty. Ha ha ha. He's so cute. You guys would love to watch him play with this stuff. It's so cute. Now he's chewing the twisty like his prey, like a prey animal, you know. It's so awesome. Anyway, so everyone, welcome to the stream. What are we doing today? Let's talk a little bit, okay? Today, the first stream is the end game and likely conclusion of my... Hey, he got me. He surprised me. He got me. You silly guy. It's the likely conclusion of the Super Mario 3D World playthrough, okay? It's been a playthrough I've been doing for Jasper. Don't bite that wire. You know better. It's a playthrough I've been doing for several weeks. And the playthrough's been very fun since I've been doing a completionist run in order to unlock all of the content of the game, right? I've been through not only the 8 standard worlds, but to Star World, Mushroom World, Fire Flower World, all those secret worlds, doing all the optional content, and now I'm in the final world, where there's 2 final stages left in the game that are apparently incredibly challenging, to the point where people are saying some of this one final stage could take hours and hours to actually beat. Okay? So we've got the final star challenge house, where you have to complete 30 mini games back to back without any errors in order to win 30 stars. Okay? And you have to do it all in one go with no checkpoints. It's pretty challenging. At this point, I think I've gotten to around 22. and then I failed. So I don't know what's past that. Okay? But I'm having fun with it. It's challenging as hell. Then on top of that, okay? On top of that, the final stage, Champions Road, apparently is insanely difficult to complete. I've only played it for like 2 minutes, so I saw like the first couple segments of it, and that's it. I don't know essentially how hard it's going to be. It also seems this is one you have to do it all in one go, possibly with no checkpoints. I haven't confirmed that, but it looks, you know, at least from the initial segment, it looks like there probably aren't any checkpoints in it, right? So, we're going to see today what happens, right? We're going to see how it goes, and we're going to see, you know, if I can beat these worlds or not, all right? Now, a couple things. I've been treating this playthrough as a completionist run the entire time, correct? And it's been very fun doing that. However, we've now reached a point in the game where once I complete this final Star Challenge House and then the Champions Road, once those are done... Jasper, you're silly. Once those are done, there's really nothing else to do but go back and replay every stage that I've already beaten with every character, okay? Now, from what I'm to understand, if I did that, which, by the way, would add several hours to the playthrough, because think about this. 8 worlds plus the 3 secret worlds, right? Each world has about anywhere from, like, 8 to 10 stages. So you do the math, having to go back and do each one of those 4 more times, right? Plus, keep in mind, a lot of those stages, very hard to hit the top of the flag with certain characters. You know, I purposely did it with, like, say, Peach or Luigi or whoever to get the height needed to do it. Can you imagine trying to do it, say, with Toad, who can barely even jump, right? Not to say that it's not doable, but it certainly would add a giant repetitive grind to the game playthrough if I were to try to do this, all right? Now, initially, I was okay with that. I was like, you know what? If we end up doing a stream or two, which is just that grinding stuff, I guess we'll just have interactive, fun streams instead. You know, we'll talk while I do it or whatever. And maybe make some wagers, some penny point predictions on how many times or attempts it would take for me to do it with a certain character, etc. You know, we could try to make it fun in our own way. But, from what I'm to understand, doing that does absolutely nothing but unlock the final, like, 4 stamps in the game. And even though technically, yes, that means you've done the completionist run, it doesn't unlock anything. It's not like there's a secret ending. It's not like there's a final world. It's just, you get 4 stamps and it's game over. So why would you go through the game to put yourself through that for no reward, you know? Like, I remember in some other Mario games that I've played, you do all that stuff and then it either unlocks a final world as, say, a thank you, or there's a message hidden in the game and it says thanks for playing and doing it or whatever. Apparently there's nothing. Nothing. Just the 4 stamps and the game ends. So, I don't really foresee that having value for us. Okay? Especially because during the course of this playthrough, a lot of people have already said, why are you doing this? Why are you, going through this completionist run? No one really asked for it, which of course is bullshit. When I started playing the game, that's exactly what people said. They said, are you going to do a completionist run to challenge yourself, or else this game would be too easy? Plus, remember, I played Super Mario 3D World at launch, what was it, 8 years ago? Something like that. So I already played the game, but this run, because I made it a completionist run, it was very different from the original run. You didn't get to see all these crazy challenging stages and things the first time around. The first time around, it was just me doing co-op with John Rambo, and although I'm sure we did unlock some of the secret content, I'm fairly certain we didn't do every single stage. Okay? So, that's why this has been a different, and in my opinion, a better playthrough. We've had fun interactivity, challenges on each stage to see how long it would take me to do the hidden and tougher stuff. It's been a good time in that regard. But at some point, you have to realize that it'll wear out its welcome if it goes on too long. Do I really foresee myself wanting to do another 2 streams of this game just to beat every stage with every character and unlock a couple of stamps? Probably not. So we'll see what happens today with the final challenge house and with the final world, what is it, Champions Road. Alright, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll wrap up those stages, or be able to complete those stages during the course of this stream. That would be the goal, is to be able to wrap up those stages during the course of this stream. Okay? And then we'll see what happens in regards to what time constraints we have. I've actually been told that at one point when I beat the game originally, that I guess you could actually play the game as Super Luigi World. Now, I don't exactly know how that would work, but from what I'm going to understand, it's like an Easter egg because this game came out in what Nintendo was coining the Year of Luigi, which is why, if you haven't noticed, during the course of the game, there's been little Luigi, 8-bit Luigis, who are hidden throughout the course of the game in all these different areas. And because of that, I guess they had a whole year trying to honor Luigi, all games Luigi was in. And so I guess there's a mode where you can play it back and it has all these things focused on Luigi. I don't know how to do it, but someone already said, hey, why don't you do that today if you actually beat Champions Road? You have extra time. So let's see. If I have extra time today, you guys want to do that, great. The other option is, let's say I beat this way early. Let's say it takes me only an hour and I beat the whole thing, okay? I would not be opposed to swapping over and playing like some Call of Duty or something, okay? It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to see. All right? Let's see what happens because I don't know. I mean, Champions Road could take me the whole stream and I still won't beat it. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's see how long it takes. Let's see what challenges we do. And we'll go from there. Okay? Jasper Kitty, I already told you multiple times. Don't mess with that wire. You have a twisty right there. Look. Right over there on the floor. You see it? It doesn't see it. Right? Oh, you're going to try to bite my finger. I want to paw it. Oh, that's it. That's it. Vicious cat. This vicious brute. He wants to fight. Silly cat. Anyway. Yeah, go get your twisty over there. If you want to play with something, go get the twisty. Don't bite the wire. Hey, what did I just say? I said go get the twisty. Don't bite the wire. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's rolling on the floor, attacking me with his paws. It's so funny. He looks like a boxer. He's trying to punch and grab. Look at this, rope-a-dope. I call this the rope-a-dope, where he tries to punch, and then I put my fists up, and he slaps them. It's like he's training, like he's a boxer training. You know how a boxer would punch the training gloves? That's what he's doing. He's testing his reflexes. Here we go. What a nut. What a nut he is. Whoop, what's that? You got fuzzy stuck to you. Look, you got a fuzzy stuck to your leg. Where'd that come from? I want to get it, but he won't let me. Oh, I got it. Fuzzy. You nut. Alright, anyway. So that's the stream today. We'll see what happens. Do I beat Champions Road? Do I beat the final challenge house? How long does it take? If there's extra time, do we want to switch over and maybe do some Call of Duty? That's all to be determined. I bit my toe. You bit my toe. That's it. Now you've had it, rascal. Now you're done for it. Arr, come here. That's it. That's it. You bit my toe. Now you pay the price. Oh, he bit my ankle. Oh, that's it. Arr. This nutty cat is so funny. Oh, he got me again. Oh, that's it. Oh, you vicious. Vicious. Stop trying to bite. He's trying to bite me. Stop trying to bite. I'm going to grab your twisty and you chase it again. Instead of trying to chomp me. What is going on? This is how Jasper behaves. So you guys don't know. Because you don't see him in here. When he's usually in here, I'm playing a game or whatever. This is how he plays. He runs around. He wants attention. He'll come up and bite you when you're not looking. And by the way, when I say bite, no, he's not chomping and breaking the skin. He does little nips with his tooth. Sometimes it scratches because he gets too excited. Like he just got me on the wrist, just a little bit of a scratch. But that's how cats play. They play with each other. They chomp with their teeth on their fur. Now he doesn't know that I'm a human. He thinks, it's another creature to play with. So I don't hold it against him when he chomps a little too hard. Hey, get your foots off me. Get your foots off me, Buster. He tried to step on me. How dare you? All right, I'm gonna get his twisty because he's all overexcited. I need to get his twisty from the chase. Here you go. You're overexcited. You're overstimulated. Come get this twisty right now. Get it. Arr. Get this twisty. All right, ready? Wah! You didn't go after it. You gotta go catch the twisty. You gotta go catch it. It's out there. Go get it. Oh my God, he's a nut. Anyway, so that's today's daytime stream. The night stream tonight is going to be Fall Guys. Now, normally I've been doing Fall Guys on Monday night as my final stream before my day off, which is usually Tuesday. But this week, things are different. This week, I'm streaming on Tuesday. Okay? So that being said, tonight I'm going to do some Fall Guys. All right, we'll see how it goes. And yes, we'll still be doing penny point predictions based on how I will perform in the matches in Fall Guys. And we'll see how it goes. Now, I've been doing Fall Guys for over a month. I never expected, actually, it would last this long. I thought you guys would get bored of it. But every week that I've played it, you guys seem to like it and have asked for me to keep doing it. So, let's do it again tonight. And again tonight, I'll pose the question by the end of the night. Do you guys think this is good? Do you want it to keep going or whatever? And we'll go from there. Okay? Alrighty then. Tomorrow, it's the continuation of Divinity 2. Yes, another major Divinity 2 stream tomorrow, where I plan on having, hopefully, major progress. Yeah, right. I haven't had major progress since the beginning of the game. This does not seem like a game where you're ever going to make major progress in a single session. It just seems like a slow burn kind of a game, right? Now, the good news is, despite the fact that I'm still in the intro area, every day that I've been playing, I've been doing more and more. Like last time I played, I ended up taking out some killer crocodiles and earning a teleportation spell. We explored some more. I ended up, finding a whole hidden cave area with killer frogs. And then we went back to the arena, which earlier had whooped my ass, and I actually won the arena fight, which was nice. I got a good reward that apparently is going to turn the Red Prince into a heavy damage character, which is good because right now he was doing like 0 damage. He was just kind of standing around and tanking, but he wasn't really doing anything effective outside of that, but now it looks like he'll be able to with this new weapon that he earned. So that will be tomorrow's main gameplay stream. Monday night will be more Call of Duty, which I've really been enjoying. Yesterday was a great Call of Duty stream. Number 1, we unlocked the machete, okay, which is fun. I only played with it once because we unlocked it at the very tail end of the stream, but the machete seems pretty damn good. It seems like it's a faster melee weapon. You stab with it. It's quicker than swinging the other weapons. Many channel point wagers were made. Many points were won and lost. Overall, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun with it. And when I play it again tomorrow night, we are going to finally unlock the new weapon. I think it's called the Fara, F-A-R-A. And that's going to be unlocked, and we're going to try to use it. I'm going to finally switch from the Krieg 6 over to the Fara and try to start using it and unlock all the attachments for it. Okay? So there should be some good stuff tomorrow night. Then on Tuesday, which will be my final consecutive streaming day of the week, it's going to be a major stream of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, and I got some great news for all of you. If you were not here last night, you actually missed out significantly. You did. Because last night, the Ghosts and Goblins stream went very well. I beat the entire second stage of the game in one sitting. Unlike the first stage, which took me 6 hours to beat, this one took me about 2. Everything, both checkpoints and the boss fight and everything. Okay? So it was a good time. I had fun, and everyone on the stream seemed to really enjoy themselves. Because it was just a good, you know what I mean? Like, finally, progress. Progress instead of just bashing my head against the wall. And by the way, not that it wasn't challenging. It absolutely was challenging. But I got through it, which is really cool. So, if you didn't check that out yet, you should go check it out over on DSPGaming, because it's all been archived over there. Okay? And tomorrow, or excuse me, Tuesday, we continue on with that with another major stream as we head into the Crystal Caverns. I think it's called the Crystalline City or Crystalline Caverns or something like that. Whole other new kind of challenge. Alright, so that's going to be Tuesday's main gameplay stream. Now, as for Tuesday night, alright, I've purposely left Tuesday night opened. Now, here's why. Perhaps tonight, or today, I will not finish Mario. Maybe Champions Road will best me, and I will not be able to complete Champions Road today. Alright? If that's the case, then I could do it again on Tuesday night. We can do another stream of me trying to beat Champions Road. Alright? Or, if I do complete Champions Road today, then maybe Tuesday night can be something completely different. Maybe we can do another fun Call of Duty stream. Or maybe I can try something new. Maybe we can finally try out Man-Eater for the first time, which is that game that was free for PS Plus in January. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have an open slot purposely on Tuesday night to see if I need it and see how I want to fill it on the fly. Okay? So there you go. Now, I'm off from streaming on Wednesday. All right? No streaming on Wednesday. That's finally my day off for the week, where I'll be going out to do all the errands and everything that I usually would do on a Tuesday. When I return on Thursday, it'll be continuation of the stuff that we're doing again. All right? So likely it'll end up being more Divinity, more Ghosts and Goblins, among other things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll direct your attention to the Viewer's Choice poll. If you have not yet voted on the Viewer's Choice poll, please do so. Type ! Viewer's Choice into the stream chat. And this poll is incredibly important right now. The reason it is incredibly important is because this poll is going to determine the next major game I play. And that game will start as early as next week. All right? Once I basically finish up Mario, and then we got to see, I need something else for the main streams. That's when I'm going to use that poll to determine what the game is going to be. Now, two quick things. First of all, the poll very much is straightforward. You can vote on whatever you want. You can vote on multiple games. The games there are very big variety. Games like Max Payne 2, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, Hades, Hollow Knight, Danganronpa V3, among others. There's like a lot of games in the running. There's a Splinter Cell game there, okay? Now, the voting has been here, there, and everywhere. What I mean by that is that every time I've checked this poll, the poll's completely different, okay? Which leads me to my second point. I think there's probably some fraud involved. Typically what happens is you get someone who really wants a particular game. They get overzealous, and what they do is they go in and they make a ton of dummy accounts. And then they register and log into these accounts right away, back to back, and then they try to vote for the same game and put in artificial votes, okay? Now, I'm not confirming or denying that yet. All I'll say is last night, very briefly, I just took a look at the poll and was clicking around, and I saw evidence of it. I did. I saw evidence on at least 2 of the different games that within like a 5-minute time frame, 3 dummy accounts with no information tied to them, brand new accounts, blank profiles, came in, logged in for the first time, all voted for the same game back to back to back to back. That's a little suspect, don't you think? So I'm going to review. I'm going to see if any of these were done under the same IP address. I'm going to look into it and let you guys know later this week if there's any actual fraud on the poll and if I need to edit the results in any way. Okay? Because I do have the ability to fix the poll if I need to. And it looked like initially there was some evidence of that. Okay? So we'll see. I'll let you know. I don't know yet. But what I'm thinking is likely by the end of this week, okay, since Wednesday's my day off, probably Thursday, Friday, I'll do, respectively, Divinity and Ghosts and Goblins. And then probably maybe Saturday, we may even start up whatever the new game playthrough is going to be. And I don't know what it's going to be yet until I have a chance to review the validity of the polls. Okay? So, I will let you know. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is there's no issue. I'm hoping there's no issue at all. And it's just going to be, okay, that's fine. Let's, just go right by what the poll results were, and we can start up with whatever game won the poll legit. But sadly, sometimes there is fraud, and I need to investigate that and make sure. Or else, what's the point of doing the poll if you allow fraud, right? So we shall see. We shall see what happens. But isn't it funny? I'm playing so many like ultra challenging games lately. Like Super Mario 3D World Completionist Run. That's challenging. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. That's ridiculously challenging. And now I'm wondering with some of these games that were in the poll. I'm sure some of those games are pretty challenging too. So guess we're going to see what happens. We might be playing a ton of the same challenge level of game all at once. By complete chance, too. It's not like I timed it this way or anything. Okay. So please vote. It's your last chance, essentially, this weekend into this week. Because later on this week, probably near the next weekend, I'm going to be closing off the poll, tallying up the results, and letting you guys know what the next Viewer's Choice playthrough will be, and likely even starting it up maybe next weekend. Okay? Sound good? Okay, now in addition to that, this month, the month of March, we have a subscriber goal for the channel. We are currently 1 month in, or 1 month. We are 1 week into the month, excuse me. So we're 1 quarter into the month, 25% into the month. We're at 607 subscribers out of the 725 needed to hit the subs goal. All right. We actually started off with like 640 subs, but a lot of the gifted subs have expired at this point. So what it's looking like is the subs we have now are legit. All the subs that are sitting here right now are pretty much legit subs. So that means the channel has around a 600 sub natural mark until people start coming in and dropping sub bombs and being, generous with each other. And that's good to know, because there's no way to tell that over the last several months. There's always people gifting subs, and there was no way to actually tell where our natural sub level was, all right? I'm looking to grow that over the course of March and hit 725. If we hit 725 subs at any point during the month of March, regardless if it then dips afterward, I'm going to be doing a special gaming marathon event, the likes of which I've never done before, all right? What it will be is I'll be playing a classic game series in a marathon setting, attempting to complete various objectives and milestones in a time frame. You guys will be wagering your penne or channel points with predictions during that event. I'm sure that'll be exciting. And the ideas that I have so far would either classic Super Mario, which would be Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2. And when I say 2, I mean the real 2, the Lost Levels, not the American Super Mario 2, which was actually Doki Doki Panic. We're talking the balls-to-the-wall, very challenging, real sequel that never was released as Super Mario Brothers 2 here in the United States. Or Zelda, the original game, The Legend of Zelda, which I've never played. I never actually played the original Zelda. I played Link to the Past and games after that, but I never played the classics on the NES. So what this marathon would be is, setting goals for me. Can I beat this world in this amount of time or this amount of lives? How long will it take Phil to complete Super Mario Brothers 1? Making these wagers and challenges to see how far. And my goal would be to try to beat, say, for example, both Mario 1 and 2 in this event, but I would not be able to skip levels. I'd have to legit beat every stage. No warp zones or anything. You know what I mean? So, that would be a pretty unique event, I feel. Okay, something very different from what I've ever done. I've never done like a challenge run marathon. I guess that's what we could call it. The challenge run marathon. I don't know why I just thought of that right now. Why didn't I think of that earlier? It would be called the challenge run marathon, where I challenge myself to reach certain milestones in classic games during a set playthrough. Okay? No, Golden Colts, it does not have to be Mario. Like I said, it could be classic Mario, it could be Zelda, or if we come up with a better idea of something classic to do, a challenge run marathon. Okay? So, let's see how it goes, shall we? But we have to hit the subscriber goal in order for this to happen. So please consider subbing this month. So many benefits to subscribing to the channel, including access to over 40 different emotes. That's one of the most amount of emotes you can get on Twitch from one channel. In addition, you don't have to watch advertisements when I run ad breaks during the stream. Not to say that they're frequent, but it's good to be able to skip them in general. And also, of course, you get a cool little chat crown as a badge to show how long you've been an ongoing supporter of the channel. Very nice stuff. Please consider subbing, or please consider gifting a sub to somebody else who maybe is someone you like in the stream and you want to help them out, maybe give them a gift. It's also a nice way to support the channel and help someone else out as well. Okay? Now, if we end up exceeding the subscriber goal, we could do Tier 2 and Tier 3 objectives. Like, for example, we could schedule maybe a new DSP tries it during said marathon event. That's what we've been doing, actually, is hitting a Tier 2 goal, ends up a DSP tries it happens during a marathon, so I could do that. We could even set it up so that maybe there's other stuff as well in regards to viewer's choice. But for now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, considering the fact that we are over 100 subscribers away from hitting the subs goal this month. That is a tall order. So I don't want to now be setting up Tier 2, Tier 3, and further goals when we're not even close to hitting the Tier 1 goal. Okay? So, that's the deal. Please consider subbing. Please consider supporting the channel. Now, I'm not going to do a super extended plug segment today. What I'm going to say is as follows. This week, guys, so far you've been incredibly supportive, and I appreciate that. This week, I'm in a pretty tight financial position. Over the last week and a half, some unexpected things happened behind the scenes, some unexpected repairs, as well as some fees that I don't feel I should be legally responsible for, but apparently the company that's billing me doesn't feel the same. And I had to drop a lot of money out of nowhere that I didn't expect. I was saving money to try to pay my tax guy so he'd file my taxes for me and get it over with for this year, because he requires prepayment for me to do so. However, didn't work out. all the money that I had raised over the last week and a half ended up going into the ether, which fucking sucks, but that's adult life. In my previous life, before bankruptcy, I would have credit. So when something like this happened, I would just put it all on a credit card and I'd be all right, pay it off over time. But I don't have credit anymore. So because these extenuating circumstances happen, there goes all my money. All right? And it sucks. So as I explained to you guys a couple days ago, I said essentially I need this weekend to be a very good weekend because the only money I have right now is the money coming in via tips from you guys during the streams. And I have 2 large bills that are going to clear within the next few days. One is for my condo dues here where I live, and one is for my internet bill. All right? Then on top of both of those large bills, I need to raise funds to actually go out and be able to afford to do stuff on Wednesday, like grocery shopping and getting supplies for Jasper. All right? The good news is last week, I did a lot of the expensive stuff I needed to do. I ended up going around buying the ingredients to make sauce and doing a few other things. So this week is a lighter week. It's not like this is an expensive week to begin with, which is a good thing. But still, I need to have funds to do this stuff, and the only funds I have are the tips that are coming in on stream. So, if you guys want to help me right now, if you like the streams, if you like the content I put out there, and you want to support the streams, please tip me. That's the best way to help me right now. Once I get through the next few days, I should be all right, because in the week after that, I will get paid by Twitch, which means that I'll be okay. You know, at the very least, I should be good. All right? So, let's hope. Let's hope for the best, and let's hope that the next few days, everything can go well on streams. You guys will enjoy the streams, and that, you know, you guys will be supportive, and I'll be all right. Okay? Now, I just want to say a few things. Please understand something. Contributions are not mandatory on my stream. They're not expected. If you can't contribute, that's fine. That's not the point of my streams. The point of my streams is to hang out and have a good time with games. That's why I started making content over 12 years ago. That's the reason I'm still here. All right? Please understand that. Okay? And I hate the fact that this kind of shit happens, and then I got to bring it up on stream. I'd rather just be here every day playing games and not having to bring this crap up from behind the scenes. But you guys know I'm a transparent guy, and if I need help, I'm going to let you know. And right now, I need help with taxes. And excuse me, with tips, not taxes. The issue is not the taxes. The issue is getting through now, so then I can eventually raise the money to pay the tax guy again. But I got to get through this week, or else I can't even get to that point. Okay? So please tip me if you can. I appreciate that. Now, we have goals in effect. If you tip me, today, and we hit $50 in total tips, I'll put on the Gunner glasses as a reward. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest of your choice. So yesterday, we had multiple vests that were in the mix. We had, on the early stream, a dual vest day, where it was half and half. It was, blue, and, what was the other one? It wasn't red, was it? I know I wore blue on the left-hand side because you could barely see it. Was it blue and platinum? I think it was blue and platinum, wasn't it? So then last night, I ended up wearing the gray vest. Okay? So I guess today, it would be beige and red and camo would be the 3 vests that are available. Beige, red, and camo. Oh, wait. Blue and and then gray. It was blue and platinum and then gray. All right, so that's what we'll do. If we hit the tips goal for today, $100, you guys can choose between beige, red, or camo vest to be worn. All right? And then if we double the tips goal, then you guys can vote on any other vest to be the second vest that I wear, because if we double the tips goal, I wear 2 vests. Now, if we triple the tips goal, which is insanely unlikely, you guys could choose what you want. I could put on a cowboy hat. If you really want me to stupidly go and bring in a pair of jeans onto the stream like you actually requested me to do the other day, I would do that. I don't care. But it'll be whatever you guys want. All right? But I'm seriously not foreseeing me tripling the tips goal on a Mario 3D World Endgame stream. I just don't see it. Okay? I would be shocked if we actually hit the tips goal in particular today at all. Because I get the feeling it's not going to be a super popular stream to watch to see me just tackle the final 2 stages of the game. I'm just saying. Okay? So, that being said, alright? Thank you in advance for any kind of support. Thank you in advance for being here and chilling with me today. I appreciate that very much. If you can tip me today, that's the way to go to support me. I hope we can hit the tips goal today. Like I said, I need to hit it every stream in order to get through this week and afford everything coming up on Wednesday. So we'll see how it goes. All right? Now, some quick things. If you are a regular viewer and supporter of the stream, I recommend that you diversify yourself online. Do not use a name here on Twitch that you use other places, in particular social media. There are people on the internet who will harass you just because they can get away with it, and they can do it anonymously, and they will harass. I mean, just ask anyone who's a contributor on this stream. A lot of the times they get harassment, and you don't deserve that, all right? So if you diversify yourself here from everywhere else, no one can carry over to other social media accounts and try to harass you elsewhere. In addition, I strongly recommend you close your direct messages here on Twitch. Leaving them open just leads to open trolling. Again, people who contribute frequently get a bunch of direct messages from trollish shitheads trying to piss them off. You don't want that. I actually set mine up. Only friends or people on my friends list can message me. In addition, in regards to tipping, if you're considering tipping me today and helping me out, please consider making a verified PayPal account. What that means is you actually link your legit information of who you are to the account so PayPal can verify you exist. The reason this is beneficial is because, number one, it avoids fraud. I've had so much fraud against me in the last 6 to 8 months when it came to fake tips that it actually very negatively impacted my business and my PayPal. There were some days it looked like I was making hundreds of dollars profit and I was actually losing money because it was all fake. Okay? Verified account, you can't commit fraud against it because then you could go to jail. Fraud is actually a crime. And when you actually have your real life information linked to it, no one's going to be committing these kind of crimes. You see, so when I get a verified tip, I know I can trust that tip and that it's legit and I'm not going to have any issues with it. So please go the extra mile. Thank you to those who have made verified accounts over the last couple of months to help me out. I really appreciate that. The streams are smoother for it. In addition to that, if you are a regular here on the streams who contributes regularly, you may want to create what's called a code word so that when you tip me, you can include this word in your tips message. I'll see it and know it's you so that I can trust that tip. Instead of having to go into PayPal and verify it's not someone impersonating you and using your name, if you have a code word and you say that in every one of your tip messages, I'll just know it's you by default and I'll know to trust it. Okay? So there you go. Thank you to those who are contributing. Thank you to those who are supporting. And thank you to those who have gone the extra mile with verifying their accounts, etc. I really appreciate that. Sound good? All right. Now, normally I would talk about game news, but once again, there is absolutely nothing going on in the realm of game news. It is a dead day. Nothing has happened in the realm of gaming. I can always tell a slow day or a dead day for game news because all the gaming trends on Twitter, instead of being news and stuff about, it's like, oh, this memeing content creator did this. This person who is a Minecraft content creator or a Fortnite content creator said this or did this. I'm like, this is nothing. This is fluff. This is, you know, the kind of crap content that a bunch of kids follow on Twitter, you know, to cause drama, like high school drama. This has nothing to do with actual game news at all. It's completely non-pertinent to anyone with a brain. So when I see that as the top trends, I know there's nothing else going on. And so there's no news going on right now in regards to games. Nothing. Which sucks. It would be nice if there was news every day, but right now we're kind of in a gaming rut, let's be honest. There really has not been much going on or releasing in the realm of games in the last couple of months. It's been very, very slow. I feel that next month, in April, that's when things are going to start to be more consistent. We're going to start to see more constant releases. Then May and June is just going to get better and better. And heading into, of course, that early summertime, that's when they actually start releasing all the new information about new games coming up. That normally would be when E3 is. Of course, there is no E3, canceled yet again. So you'll probably see a ton of digital events and everything to announce all the new games and stuff coming out, which I'm excited for, obviously. But I feel that there will be some really good push for new games and new information in the next couple of months. Right now, not so much. It's very much a dead time and interim time, kind of like the calm before the storm, you know? So I really have nothing to talk about in regards to that. What we can do is just get right to shout outs. Okay, saying thank you and answering the questions of those who've contributed this morning. We start off this morning, excuse me. We start off this morning with Mrs. Poindexter, who did a 608-bit cheer and said the following. Happy Sunday. Here's some bits to get the support going. I want to shout out all the idiots on Twitter and in the chat for being a bunch of dumb fucks for wasting their precious time on Earth trying to troll DSP. Then this person went on to basically wish harm to the trolls. Now, allow me to clarify. All right? First of all, Mrs. Poindexter, I appreciate the support. I do. A 608-bit cheer is a generous way to start off today's stream. Okay? There are a significant amount of people on the internet who have become obsessive about me for absolutely no good reason. They've literally formed a community around obsessing about me. There are multiple, as in like a dozen content creators who literally the focus of their content is either illegally restreaming or cutting up my own content to create controversy, drama, and complete bullshit, right? Conspiracy nonsense. It's hilarious that these people, this is all they can do with their time because they have no actual talent outside of making fun of someone else and making up drama that doesn't exist, okay? I'm well aware that all of this exists. I exist outside of that bubble. I don't follow the content. I purposely don't want to be a part of it. All right? They basically have found that having a community around this kind of toxic and very, honestly, very disturbing behavior. This is not normal human behavior. A normal person doesn't act like this and certainly doesn't obsess about shit like this. Okay? They've found popularity in doing it. And there's really nothing I can do about it. You know, there's really no recourse. There's no protection. The internet has no protections against online harassment like this. Certainly people over the years have tried to ruin my life doing it, because it's one thing to make fun of someone's content on Twitch or YouTube, and it's another to try to actually delve into their personal life behind the scenes and try to ruin it. Okay? And as you guys know, very infrequently these days do I ever have a crossover between my personal life and what I do on stream. I've purposely separated that to make sure that the life that I have with my wife and my family is protected and insulated from the online harassment aspect of what I do for a job. Okay? Previously to the last few years, I used to share everything, and my God, was that a huge mistake. Now I know that. So many people took the things I said and did, twisted them, took a little piece of information from a vlog or a video I did around the house, used it for malicious and controversial and conspiracy theory generating purposes. It's insane. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's called insanity. It's people who are nuts doing nutty things either to get attention on the internet or just because they're fucking nuts and they're trying to find other people with like mind. Okay? It's a pretty messed up community. I can't imagine anyone being proud of being a part of a community like that. In fact, I'd be goddamn embarrassed. But it is what it is. It exists. And it's protected because the internet is anonymous and there's nothing to protect against said crazy kind of actions on the internet these days. Alright? Now, all that being said, even with everything that has been done against me over the years, people trying to ruin my life, ruin my livelihood, physically threatening me, everything that's happened to me over the years. Never, ever would I wish harm upon anyone who's ever done something bad to me. Never. The only case that would ever happen is if someone actually threatened me in person or my family members and I had to have self-defense. But outside of that, I would never wish harm or a wrongdoing against any of them. I want these people to get better. I want these people to realize one day, look in the mirror and say, what the hell am I doing with all of my life and my time that I'm harassing people online who I don't even know, who have no connection to my real life, but this is what I do with all of my time. I sit in an online community of someone who makes fun of them, who restreams and stuff. I sit on a forums where all they do is harass people and make up fucking conspiracies. What am I doing? I need to take the time I have on this earth, the limited time we all have on planet Earth, and push it towards something productive. Refocus and redirect all those energies you put towards the toxic content and the toxic actions and redirect it towards something positive for yourself. Okay? It's the best advice I could have for anyone like that. I don't give anyone ill will. I want them to be healthy people and happy people. I want them to find their own personal happiness and not just sit and revel in the suffering of others, which is what they're doing. They're essentially hoping that everything in my life will fall apart so that they can sit there and laugh at me instead of saying, gee, maybe I should just go focus on myself and make positive things in my life so I don't care about the failure of others because I'm too busy enjoying my own life. But they're so obsessed with the negative and the toxic, they don't get to that point. You know what I mean? But please understand, no, I don't want those people to be hurt. I just want them to get out of this funk they're in and go away and have a life for themselves. That's what I want. You know? I don't know if it'll ever happen, because again, this whole obsessive, just not normal, right-minded thinking community exists around myself and my content that I didn't create, nor did I propagate. They just popped up with things like the "this is how you don't play" movement years and years ago, and it just snowballed further and further into more craziness. It all started with that Ret Super Eye or whatever the fuck it's called video, which then turned into "this is how you don't play," which then became, oh, actual like obsessive detractor communities like the SOK and shit like that, who all they did was try to sit on me and spin shit I did negatively. And then it became Kiwi Farms and these other streamers who just made their own communities based off of it. It's crazy how it snowballs into this insane effect of just insanity, because it started with innocent intentions. It did. It absolutely started with innocent intentions. It's not like those people who originally made those derogatory videos against me on YouTube ever intended that years later people would be sending me death threats, people would be trying to, you know, impersonate people during my fucking bankruptcy proceedings so that my bankruptcy wouldn't get granted. You know what I mean? Like, these are insane actions of people that actually have happened to me, and they all kind of spearheaded when people just normalized fucking with Phil. It became a normalized action to harass me. It's okay as long as you're harassing Phil, because for some reason it's normalized to he deserves harassment. It's like, what are you talking about? Why? And then no one can explain it. All they can do is give you the same parroted answers you've heard 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times over the last decade. No one has a legit, actual justification for acting the way they do. They've just normalized it into this insane community of people who do it without actually looking in the mirror and saying, what am I doing and why is this okay? So that being said, again, I wish these people would grow up. I wish that they would actually have a life for themselves and do something positive for themselves. I've actually heard recently, now I don't know if this is true because, again, I don't follow these people. One of the people who used to very frequently restream me and just sit around making fun of me constantly has moved on and doesn't do it anymore, you know? And you know what? Congratulations and more power to them if that's the case. If that is the case and someone actually said, there's no value in me doing this shit anymore, I need to move on with my life and do something else, good. Good. You finally woke up, huh? Finally. You know? You can actually realize that things can actually be more positive and productive for you if you moved on from just being derogatory towards me, someone who doesn't know who you are and can't even say a negative word about you because I don't know shit about you. Why you latched onto me, I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? So, definitely sounds to me like it's possible to move on from this toxic community. It's just, you just need to free yourself from the shackles of that crazy line of thinking, and what it is, it's a vicious circle where everyone in that community just keeps telling themselves, oh, it's okay because Phil's a bad person, so just keep doing toxic stuff. Like, but wait a minute. Did you actually sit down, look at your own life and say, what am I doing with my time? How is this productive for me? Did I ever actually sit down at the justifications these people give and say, do these things actually apply to present day Phil, or are these just the same propagations of the same mentalities for the past decade that people want to keep spewing to try to justify their crazy actions? And in reality, perhaps the reason they keep trying to justify their actions is because they realize if they couldn't, then they'd realize how nuts they really are, and they don't want to face that reality. The reality that you've wasted so much time and effort hating a guy you don't know on the internet, who's never done a damn thing to you, who just wants to sit here and play games with his viewers. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't get it. They need to get out. They need to unlock from that crazy mentality. And I'm happy to hear at least someone has. That's a huge step forward and a positive thing. And I wish the guy the best in his endeavors to actually do something productive for himself outside of trying to ruin my life. Okay? So anyway, getting back on topic, because that was a good 10-minute talk. Mrs. Poindexter, I appreciate the sentiment and I appreciate the cheer. However, I would never wish ill onto those who are part of this negative group. The trolls, whatever you want to call them. No, I don't wish harm, nothing like that. What I want is I want them to get better. I want them to realize for themselves how much of a waste of their life what they're doing is. The fact that, number one, you don't know me and you're trying to hurt me because you've normalized this kind of very, very hurtful behavior as acceptable when it's not. And number two, the fact that I'm not going anywhere anyway. People have been trying to cancel Darkside Phil for over 12 years. The first year that I became popular on YouTube, there was a DSP Cult Leader channel. I'm not going anywhere. Ever. There's only one person who can cancel Darkside Phil. And that's me, Darkside Phil. When I'm ready to go, I'll go. I'm not ever going to be canceled by these people. All this shit, all the controversy, the conspiracies they make up about me, none of them are real. None of them are justified. As I've said many times over the years, they take a nugget of truth, a little piece of fact, and they can completely spin it to insane conspiracy theories that are not true and not justifiable and not provable. All they have is coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, circumstantial evidence, a lot of which they manufacture about stuff. And then they try to pass it off as fact for their own dramatic purposes. Okay? I couldn't even tell you, when you go down the rabbit hole of their bullshit, those things that they fight amongst themselves. They actually fight amongst themselves because there's some of them that outwardly try to fabricate stuff about me that's not true. And then there's other people who are like, well, when you do that, you ruin it for the rest of us because we're actually trying to prove that Phil's a scumbag. But when you make stuff up about him, then that means that he has ammo to defend himself. And then it's hard for us to justify real things that he does that are wrong. It's like, wait a minute. Real things that he does that are wrong. Do you not understand? The things that you're saying are untrue. They have actually, again, they have concrete evidence that people constantly are hating on me and making shit up about me. And then they don't understand that, like, that carries over to everything. They just think, no, but what I believe is wrong about Phil is definitely true, even though there's no real evidence. It's definitely true. And when you make something up, then it makes us all look bad. It's like, they're just nuts. You see what I'm saying? They're absolutely nuts, these people. So, I just hope they all eventually get better. If one of them, who primarily the one thing this person did on the internet was hating on me, if that person has moved on, I believe they all can move on. I believe that. I believe that collectively as a community, they could step up and say, we have screwed up. We don't know what the hell we're doing with our lives. We need to move on collectively. This is not productive. Phil ain't going anywhere anyway, despite the fact, you know what they call it? They call it, they basically say that I was born with like a 100 luck stat or something. Like, I was born with a 0 in intelligence, a 0 in strength, a 0 in charisma, but a 100 luck stat. All right? So if that is the case, what the fuck are you doing? Right? If I got the 100 luck stat, if I was born with the 4-leaf clover shoved up my ass and, you know, the leprechaun stuck in my armpit, then I'm not going to get canceled. It doesn't matter how much shit you lie about, you make up, or how many circumstantial evidence conspiracies you push onto the internet about me. None of it matters. I'm not going anywhere. So stop wasting your time. Fuck off. Go do something else. And stop wasting your time trying to hate on me, because I'm not getting canceled by you people. You understand that? The sooner you learn from someone who has moved on, the better. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Okay? But no, I certainly do not wish any harm or ill will against any of those people. I want them to get better. I want them to look in the mirror and say, wow, this is messed up what I've been doing. I need to do something better with my life and move on productively and have a healthy, happy life. I don't want any of them to get hurt. I don't want any of them to have bad things happen to them. I want them to be good people and healthy people for the rest of their lives. I wish them no ill will. And you know what? Every once in a while, someone who used to be one of those people comes to me and apologizes and says, you know, I've seen the light. I don't know what the hell I was doing. And I accept every one of those apologies, and I welcome them. If they want to be a viewer, come on in and let's have a good time together. You know? All right. Let's continue. So, it looks like we have our first tip of the day, and I need to confirm this. So, hold on a second, everybody. I did not load my PayPal page before the stream. That's my fault. I should have preemptively loaded it. I did not. So, give me a second here. Okay, let's see. So this was, hold on a second. Okay, right here. Verified tip from Dante. Dante is the first tipper of the day. Let's get Dante up on the leaderboard. By the way, no one's seen Will, Son of Aragorn in a couple days, right? That was the guy who tried to tip me on Monday, and his tip got stuck in limbo by his bank. And to my knowledge, it's still in limbo or disappeared, so I want to let him know that he wants to contact his bank to get his money back, because you don't want them to hold your money forever. That would be pretty messed up. But I haven't seen him around in a few days, so. All right, so anyway, Dante. Tip me $5, says, Phil, I'm a big Yakuza fan. I really enjoyed your playthrough of Yakuza 7. Now that you've played most of the series, I'm curious what you think they should do with the combat going forward. Stay turn-based or go back to being a brawler. It absolutely should stay turn-based, okay? What they should do is turn-based combat and RPG style for Yakuza. And then for Judgment, another series that is by the same people in the spirit of Yakuza, but a completely different plot line, different characters. That one should stay action-based, because Judgment was incredibly successful as a new IP, and now Yakuza has gone in the RPG direction, so now they could have two different IPs that are incredibly successful of completely different gameplay styles. All right? That's what I feel. And I hope they do it. I hope we get an announcement about Judgment 2 soon. I really would like to play a sequel. The first game was outstanding. Shout out to Bardakit, who has subscribed to the channel for 4 months, says hi. Thank you, Bardakit, for 4 months of support, and hello to you. Welcome to Snap City, resub for 7 months. It says, I'm ready for fun stuff. Hope you're ready too. Thank you, sir. Or madam. Wasted Cherry Juice cheered and gave a shout out to one of the fucking trolls. And I believe got banned. But thank you for the cheer anyway before you got banned. That was pretty stupid of you, though. Benzuko Lives resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Benzuko Lives, for the ongoing support. I appreciate that. Now, Angelo Bestia, Timmy $1.30 saying that Ms. Poindexter was basically getting into arguments with viewers of the mods. All right, if that's the case, please everyone chill. What the hell did I just do? No, that's correct. Okay, I thought I mistyped. Please everyone chill. We don't want arguments. We don't want anything going wrong here. And I already explained. I don't wish any ill will towards anyone who hates on me or anything. We all understand my stance now. Everyone relax. No fighting in the stream chat. All right. Okay, now. Got another tip. I need to verify this one. All right, the name itself does not immediately pop up as familiar. However, it does show as a verified tip. So shout out to Mr. Blue Sky, who tipped me $5 and says, I hope you're having a good weekend, Phil. I'm looking forward to the stream. Thank you very much to Mr. Blue Sky for a $5 tip. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. And it jumps to $11 now. Thank you very much. Wow. Oh my God. Excuse me. I'm exploding. I'm exploding. I need a match. Whew. I've been drinking mixed berry flavored seltzer water the entire pre-stream. All of a sudden, all the gas came up at once. Oh my God. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. Holy shit. Okay. That was gross. I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to happen. That was absolutely revolting. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I received a $10 verified tip from Wrathful Knight. Thank you for the biggest tip of the day so far, Wrathful Knight. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. That jumps us to $21 in total tips so far today. Thank you, Wrathful Knight. And he says, there you go, man, for all the hilarious content that you constantly provide. Thank you so much. I appreciate that support. Today should be no different, especially with these crazy difficult stages. I'm probably going to die 40 billion times. Alrighty then. Shirtless Mofo did a 200-bit cheer, which I believe is the biggest cheer of the day. He says, I hope you're doing good today. We just got hit by a bunch of drone and missile attacks here in my city, east coast of Arabia. Oh my god. That isn't going to stop me from tuning in. Excited to see the end of the post-game content. I can't fathom living in a place where you could be under attack by stuff like that. That's crazy, man. Well, I hope you're safe. I hope everyone, your family and your friends, everyone's safe. That's nuts. Please stay safe. Yikes. Sorry to hear that, man. But by the way, Shirtless Mofo, you are not the top cheerer. I made a mistake. It was Miss Poindexter from earlier, the 608-bit cheer. But anyway, I hope that you're all right. Please stay safe. Welcome to Snap City did a 100-bit cheer. He says, you're correct. The haters have like 50 viewers when they don't restream you, laughing out loud. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Those people who only have popularity because of me. Because they've created this toxic community of people who've normalized and justified online harassment, okay? They have popularity because it's toxic drama, because people who are of like mind, messed up in the head, think that it's funny or entertaining to harass people online. It's not. It's not a valid use of your life. It's not productive, and all you're doing is hurting yourself in the long term. But they don't get it because they keep basically, patting each other on the back. And they keep having this community of self-supporting people saying it's okay to do it when it's not, But that's true. That's where their popularity comes from toxicity, from negativity. That's right. I wish they would move on and try to do something productive for themselves. I dare them. I challenged them last year, early on in 2020. I said the following. I'm willing to give it a clear slate. If those people challenged themselves to stop doing what they do, the toxic stuff towards me, for a month, 1 month, okay, and do other kinds of content, and then see if they could move on and do something productive, I challenged them to do that. None of them accepted the challenge. Not a single one. Because they knew that making fun of me is their life's blood. They can't get popularity any other way. I wish the best to them if they could. I actually wish they could be popular outside of being toxic. I wish they could. But that's what happens when you invest yourself so heavily into negative, toxic behaviors. You get yourself pigeonholed into that. What do they call that? When someone is an actor and they can only find themselves get cast for a certain type of role. Is it called typecasting? You've typecasted yourself into a certain kind of content that if you ever want to do anything else fun or productive, you can't anymore because people only know you as the fucking dickhead who makes fun of other people. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that. You got to figure out how to make yourself better, Anyway, thank you. Welcome to Snap City for the cheer. On J. Lee tipped me $2, said, I'm a real fan. I don't like trolls. You got to admit Liquid Richard and Sean Ranklin have funny videos. I wouldn't know. I don't watch any of their crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch any toxic content. Ever. Ever. I made it a rule that I was not going to follow that kind of content on the internet. I don't watch any of the drama channels. I don't want anything to do with that. I want to be as far removed from that shit as possible. I don't want to be wrapped up with online drama or online harassment or online anything. I don't want to be a part of it. And that's why when people come in here with memes about other fucking content creators and stuff, I'm like, listen, every once in a while you want to mention it, fine. You can't just make my whole stream about harassing people. I'm not going to play that game. Timbo Slice cheered. He says, this makes no sense. Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One are getting an upgraded browser that can play Google Stadia. Okay, then. I don't think anyone cares about Google Stadia regardless, so it's like a non-announcement. Anyway, Ninstar Rune cheers says, since Anonymous is gone, what are you going to do to fill the empty mod slot? It's unfair to other mods who expect them to pick up the slack when they're already spread so thin. Well, Ninstar Rune, Anonymous has been gone for, what, a week? Maybe? Have you noticed the stream falling apart at the scene? I'm just curious, Now, don't get me wrong. Anonymous, when he's here to moderates very frequently, and he helps out a lot, all right? He's usually the person who comes in and catches the spammers and the shit, you know, that happens, right? So I'm not trying to take away from his contributions to the streams or whatever. He is a huge part of the moderation team here. But is the sky falling? Has the streams completely degraded? No. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of the times, the stream self-polices. Meaning, if someone is coming in here and breaking the rules of Twitch, so people will tell me, and I'll like, oh, okay, hold on a second, and I'll pause, and I'll get rid of them, and that's it, you know? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. You know? It's not a big deal. So, hopefully, Mouse will be back. I don't know the specifics of what actually happened. To my knowledge, he's not permanently banned or anything. It's just, he's not here for a while. And when he comes back, welcome back. But things have not fallen apart. You know? I have not made an open call for new mods or anything like that. If ever that happened, I would let you know. But for now, we play it by ear and we see what happens. Alright? Okay. Let's continue. Well, someone with a name that includes male genitalia tried to contribute to the channel, and immediately, that's an immediate ban. Because you're an idiot if you think I'm going to even read that out. So, enjoy your ban. Golden Nobles cheered. He says, shout out to Golden Nobles for the cheer. Shout out to Golden Nobles for the cheer. And he says, shout out to the Golden Nobles for the cheer. Interesting. It's like cheerception. So, thank you, Golden Nobles. Shout out for the cheer. Okay. Super Sly Gaming cheered. He says, where do you get the ring in DS1 that lets you run faster on water? I have no idea. I remember it specifically because without it, it's actually pretty challenging to get through one particular area only. Without the ring, it's actually a pain in the ass to get through this one area of the game. You don't need it. It's not actually required to have it. Okay? But with it, it becomes a lot easier in that one particular area. But I don't remember where that ring is, nor do I remember the name of it. Trying to remember. I don't remember, man. I really don't remember. Undead Asylum. Ah, Diligent Doge says it's hidden in the Undead Asylum where you start the prison. You have to go back there, and that's where the ring is. There you go. And you know what? I remember, yes. You're basically in that starter area, Firelink Shrine. You have to climb up the elevator, step off the elevator as it's going up. That allows you to go to the higher up areas of the tower where the crow is. You sit down in the crow's nest. The crow will take you back to the Undead Asylum, and they're hidden in the Undead Asylum. That's where the ring is that lets you walk in the water quickly. That's correct. I remember. Good stuff. Big Bad Buffoon cheered. He says, I'm not a troll. Has Kat watched Schnozman and Hole Punch? Did she like it? My other question is, I almost closed this by accident. If things had worked out between you and John with Project 7 had a Schnozman crossover episode. First of all, Kat has not seen any content from those guys. You know, she never watched any of my stuff from back then. The old stuff, you know. Anything that she's seen of me is either my current content or stuff from relatively around, you know, 2017, stuff like that. Since I became a live streamer, okay? No, she's aware that stuff exists, but no, she never watched, like, John's content or anything like that. No. You guys got to understand something. That stuff's ancient history. That stuff came out, what, 2012, 2013? I think Schnozman was 2014. You're talking 7 years ago, you know? So, no, she's never seen any of that. Now, in regards to Project 7, all right? Very quickly, my idea for the series, I don't know what everyone else had plans for the series, because the thing was, it was a group collective thing. But my plans were that we were going to do 8 episodes, and each was going to be a different game world, okay? So we had already done Shooter Land, or whatever you want to call it, Military Action Land, and then we had done classic Mario Land style stuff, right? So there was going to be many others. The third one was going to be horror games, and then we were going to move on to different genres like RPGs. We were going to do every one of those genres, all right? Very possible one of those genres may have ended up being like superhero fantasy game stuff. You know what I mean? Might have been. And we might have had a potential crossover with Schnozman and Hole Punch. Yes, it might have happened. But I don't know. We never got that far. You know, we had plans, and the plans fell apart essentially when, once again, people weren't being transparent with me, apparently. You know, I find out years later, oh, Respect the Pact wasn't happy because they were putting in so much effort and weren't getting paid, but they never asked me for money. And up front, with the first meeting we ever had, they said, we're not looking for money. Right? So how would I have known that they wanted money when they never asked for it and they never up front had told me they didn't want it? Right? But that's what I mean. Like, everyone in that situation involved with Project 7 apparently had different expectations of what was going to happen. All I ever expected was that it was going to be a popular series on YouTube, hopefully, as a spin-off series from what I was already doing. And I was hoping this would bring some popularity. Honestly, I was hoping this would bring popularity to John, Howard, and Respect the Pact. So if they wanted to go on and do their own thing on YouTube, they would have an installed viewer base from the people who had seen Project 7. That was one thing I really wanted to come of it, was that they were going to get a boost of popularity. Not me. I didn't think I was going to get any extra popularity from Project 7. I thought that they would get a boost of popularity. And what I was hoping is that that year we would start touring the convention circuit. We would promote Project 7. We would sell t-shirts that would make profit for all of us, not just me, but for all of us, and would end up being a project that would basically be a way for us to jump into other content. I knew that John wanted to do his own content and that he needed a way to get recognition and get attention so that people would check out his own content. You know, that was my intention with the series, to diversify what we were doing. So instead of it just being Phil plays games and has a popular YouTube channel, and sometimes people join him for it, instead it would be we all benefit from a group project. But they didn't see it that way, apparently. All of a sudden it became they wanted to get paid and everything. It's like, but you didn't say that to me. That wasn't the point. The first meetings we had, that was never the discussion. But that's the problem with people like that. I hate to say it. When you're not upfront and you're not transparent and honest, you have growing resentment behind the scenes, and then things go sour. What did you expect? You have to be honest with people to let people know. People are not psychic. You know? You can't just magically know what's going on in the head of any person. If you ever have a gripe or you have a problem with something, you have to be vocal about it so people know what's going on. Don't just expect people are going to figure everything the fuck out. That's not how life works. The next thing you know, oh, I have a bug up my ass about Phil. Did you ever tell Phil that? No. You made a video about it years later. Good for you. Well, now you ruined our relationship, so congrats. I guess you got what you wanted, but kind of not a very productive way to do it, you know? But what can I say? Some people are like that. What it is, it's called passive aggression. They can't handle having conflict up front, so instead they just swallow their discontent for years and years till it balls up and festers and becomes this toxic ball that then they got to shoot out publicly and make someone look like a villain, when in reality, they were the ones with the problem to begin with. You know? It is what it is. Rick Slap Cheery says, wouldn't it be fair to hear their side of the story? You mean the video they put out 6 years ago? We already heard their side of the story. And their side of the story was bullshit because they never told me a word of it. So anyway, folks, enough of that balonies. That's 6 years in the past and, you know, long, old history, water under the bridge that I don't care about anymore. All right, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the top cheers of the week. In 10th place, actually it's a tie for 9th place between Mr. Minecraftish 1 and Angel Devilish. In 8th place, Ninstar Room. In 7th place, Total Scorn. In 6th place, Major Riot. In 5th place, Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man. In 4th place, Timbo Slice. In 3rd place, Dark Maggot. In 2nd place, Will Son of Aragorn. And in 1st place, Sambuca 2020. Thank you guys. Also, thank you to those who've gifted subscriptions to the channel this week. We got Jackalese, Who's Yuri, and 672 who each gifted a single sub. Of course, there's more than that, but they're the only ones who show up on the leaderboard currently. All right. Then we've got Diocletian, Guitar Player 1939, and Deadly Feet who each gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel. We've got Joyful Oblivion and Spawn Killer who each gifted 4 subscriptions to the channel. We got Motherfucker Jones with 10 subs. And then we've got Will Son of Aragorn who gifted 23 subs to the channel this week. Thank you very much to those who've contributed to the channel this week to support it. I really appreciate that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. We're about to go on break. However, it is hit noon, and that means that with that penny points prediction we had this morning, would the pre-stream end before noon? The answer is no. It did not end before noon. So congrats to those who just won a bunch of channel points on that wager. Sorry. Some days it ends early, sometimes it doesn't. Today it didn't because there was people who were asking questions. All right? All right. Fair enough. All right, guys. But now it is time for a break. I'm going to use the restroom. I recommend you guys either grab a drink or snack, use the restroom yourself, whatever it is you like to do. Take a quick break yourselves. I'll be back in a few with Super Mario 3D World Endgame Ultra Challenging content, which I'm sure you guys will be wagering more points on, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, thank you very much so far for the support. I'll be back shortly with more. See you in a bit.